Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Now, lots of reports out today that Thomas Lemar has agreed terms to join Arsenal Football Club. Now, on the surface of it, we're all going, yes, we're jumping up and we're all saying, hooray, brilliant, another fantastic signing by Arsenal. However, caution. The player agreeing terms is different to the club saying, actually, yeah, we're happy to sell him. And a lot of the reports that have been coming out from Monaco is that they don't want to sell Thomas Lemar. They want to keep him. They're losing too many players, and Lemar they would like to keep at the club. But if Lemar has agreed terms and does want to come to Arsenal, it does strengthen Arsenal's hands in the dealings. But I still think it's a bit too early to be thinking that he's going to join. I know for a fact that Arsenal want Lemar. Lemar is the player that they want to buy. There's reports as well saying that we're set to up our bid to £40 million to get him. But I just caution on this, people jumping around saying, yeah, with agreed terms, it's going to happen. Agreed terms is different to the player agreeing and the club agreeing and the deal being done. So at the moment, that's still waiting. Riyad Mahrez apparently really upset with Leicester. Now, apparently he's angry that Leicester are demanding £50 million for him. And, that's way over his valuation, which Manchester United, what? Right? Which Arsenal are saying they feel it should be £35 million, which I think that's kind of right for Riyad Mahrez. Now, Mahrez is thinking that, Leicester at the moment are pricing him out of the market, and he's very angry with Leicester City. And he really wants to get his dream move to Arsenal done. However, as I said to you before, what I understand at the moment is that Arsenal have not bid for Riyad Mahrez. He's not the player that they're interested in. It is Thomas Lemar. Maybe if they can't get Lemar, maybe they might turn to Mahrez. And again, I still, to myself, think we've got so many other players that already can do what Mahrez does. No disrespect to Mahrez. But listen, who knows what can happen in the transfer market. Players that you think are going one place can end up look at the whole thing with Lukaku at the moment and Lacazette and that. On that, actually, the Lukaku thing, Lukaku going to Man United, a lot of United fans yesterday saying to me, oh, this great signing we're making. And I was arguing with him. I was saying, Lacazette's a better signing. I know it's going to be totally biased on this platform, but what do you guys think? Do you think that Lacazette is a much better signing than Lukaku, especially when you consider the fees that are involved? I'll leave you guys to debate that in the comment section, but it's been a hot debate between me and several Manchester United fans over the past couple of days. Now, what's happening with Lucas Perez? Of course, we brought in Lacazette, it's another striker in, and Deportivo La Coruña, of course, the club that he came from, they would love to buy him back. But Arsenal apparently holding out for their asking price of £16 million. Basically, they're looking to recoup back the money that they paid for him. And the manager of Deportivo La Coruña is interesting quotes yesterday. He said, I know Arsenal well. They don't give away anything, especially if they've paid more before. I told the president to work hard on a plan B because it will probably be more feasible. But of course, we'd be waiting with open arms for Lucas because it would make us a team with many more options. They want to buy Lucas Perez from Arsenal, but Arsenal holding strong, saying, no, if you don't pay us the £16 million what we paid for him, we're not interested in selling him. So it does look like Lucas Perez will be that striker that will be going out of the door. Alexis Sanchez. More reports today. Now, contradicting the reports we heard the other day. The other day we heard that there was reports coming out of Chile that Sanchez had told people he wants to stay at Arsenal. Now these reports coming out of Chile saying Sanchez has told family and friends he wants to go to Man City. Who knows? Until the man himself comes out and says what he's going to do, these rumours are going to keep going on and on and on, and he still hasn't come out and said what's happening. So it still looks like it's in the negotiation stages. And what about Per Mertesacker? Big news yesterday coming out of Arsenal that Per Mertesacker's decided to retire at the end of the 2017-18 season. So he's going to give it one more season. But the other news is that he's going to take over the club's academy when he retires at the end of the season. I think that's fantastic news. It's one of the things we've been moaning about in recent times at Arsenal, that they don't involve a lot of the old players. They don't involve a lot of players of experience around Arsenal. We've allowed guys like Vieira to go recently, Mikel Arteta going to City. Well, I'm glad that we're getting BFG involved with the club, with the academy. He'll be a big voice around there, and I think that's excellent. We heard this week that Jens Lehmann due to be coming in as a coach as well. All this, I think, is very positive. You know what? We're starting to see a little bit of a change with Arsenal. We've asked for change, and in a subtle way, they're making a lot of changes. Those changes, as I've just described there. The fact that I've heard that Arsene Wenger hasn't really been involved in the transfer dealings this summer. He's just been more that you tell us what the targets are and we'll go out and get them, which is what we've been wanting Arsenal to do. And look how they've managed to go out there and get the Lacazette thing done. These are all positives for me. Really, really positive that Arsenal seem to be making change. They changed their system. So could Arsene Wenger and Arsenal be finally changing for the good? Let's wait and see. We'll find out when the season starts, but certainly that's good. Remember on yesterday's show, I asked you guys if you could send me in some chants for Lacazette. Now, I'm going to play a few of them right now. Listen, before you start jumping in on these guys, right, it's always very difficult to come up with a chant, all right? So bear with them. Have a listen to them, see if any of these are good. There's lots of other people who sent me in written chants. I said you had to record them, right? But here's some of the Lacazette chants. Tell me if any of these are any decent ones that we can get going at Arsenal.
La la Lacazette.
Na 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 na. Lacazette is here.
Lacazette ready to rumble. Lacazette ready to rumble. Get ready, get steady, and rumble. Everybody rumble.
Alexander Lacazette, 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 Alexander Lacazette, my Feguna.
He was off to Madrid, then he got the call from Mr. Wenger to join the Arsenal. Alexander Lacazette, Alexander Lacazette.
Lacazette, 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 Lacazette,
He came from France to join the Arsenal. He came from France to play with Ozil. He came from France to join the Arsenal. Now we've got Lacazette.
So there's some great chants there. Well, some of them, right? Thanks for watching the show, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Subscribe to ArsenalFanTV.